Welcome back to World Insight. Now, in our last story today, we're going to take you to California, the most populous state in the U.S. and also the richest. Well, at least it used to be. The state claims it's now on the edge of bankruptcy. Its coffers are empty. How could this have happened? And more importantly, how can it be resolved? Will big star Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger terminate or justify the faith of his Californian voters?
California is the place of dreams. Austrian-born action movie star Arnold Schwarzenegger fulfilled one dream in Hollywood.
It's face. Stay here. I'll be back.
His role as the Terminator made him a hero to many Californians. In 2003, they elected him governor.
It is no secret that I am a newcomer to politics. I realize I was elected on faith and hope. And I feel a great responsibility not to let the people down.
But just 5 years later, many may feel Schwarzenegger has let them down. A housing crisis, rising unemployment, and a systematically flawed system of balancing the budget have turned California's golden dream to a dismal shade of gray. When the new fiscal year began on July the 1st, the world's eighth largest economy faced a stiff $24 billion shortfall.
California has, as you know, half of the problem that we have with our budget is because of the nationwide and the worldwide recession and economic crisis and financial crisis that we have. But the other half is self-inflicted wounds. It's because we haven't had a rainy day fund. It's because we did spend more money than we have taken in consistently.
California has a population of more than 36 million. Silicon Valley and Hollywood are the two main pillars of industry. During the internet boom years from 1999 to 2000, state revenue grew by nearly a quarter. Then came the financial crisis. Revenues fell, but not expenditures, due to California's liberal welfare policies. The dismal economic outlook has grown even darker. The state's jobless rate has hit a 14-year high of 11.5%, well above the national average of 7%. Many Californians are finding themselves at the unemployment office.
I never thought I'd see myself going to unemployment, and no, I just never saw it.
Growing unemployment is seeing a new gold rush sweeping California. Kevin Brown has gone from highly skilled studio lighting technician to gold prospector. After a series of strikes crippled the Hollywood film industry, the 39-year-old California native sold his belongings, bought a trailer, and headed for the hills.
So instead of living down there as a homeless person or, renting some room out of someone's house, it's a lot more free for me to come up here and do this and then also get gold and make a little money.
On any given weekend, miners line the riverbanks of the San Gabriel Mountains, searching for nuggets. They seem to have more hope than the homeless in Tent City. Another beautiful California sunrise shines on the makeshift community on the wrong side of the tracks in the capital, Sacramento. For Corbin and Tina Garland, the California dream has turned into a nightmare.
No, this wasn't my dream, that's for sure. No. You don't grow up wishing to be homeless at 50. I mean, that's, you want to grow old with your husband and enjoy your life.
Staving off California's financial meltdown will be the toughest role ever for Hollywood hero Arnold Schwarzenegger in the last 18 months of his governorship. The Terminator is taking on the budget shortfalls. Terminator Action 1. Sell off iconic landmarks. Selling off some of his state's most iconic properties may be Schwarzenegger's first choice. The Los Angeles Coliseum, the only sports center to host 2 Olympic Games, is under consideration with a $400 million price tag.
it is something that Los Angelinos associate with the city. It's the part of the DNA of the city of Los Angeles, to put it in other words, and I have very great difficulty imagining that this could go to the private sector.
The proposal to free up San Quentin is a hard sell, too. The historic prison sits on waterfront real estate north of San Francisco. Schwarzenegger wants to let some prisoners go home and let the property go into private hands. Terminator Action 2. Eliminate paper books. More and more high school and even elementary school students are being taught online in California. Schwarzenegger says this is a good way to let children know more about computers and the internet. But many believe it's a way for the state to cut costs. The government won't be providing books if students study online. Terminator Action 3. IOUs. And an old pop song may be popular again in California, I owe you, which means I owe you. Many Californians hold IOUs from the government. The state is resorting to issuing the promissory notes to preserve its dwindling cash for the first time in 17 years. Schwarzenegger is racking his brains, but has yet to come up with a satisfactory solution. The Republican governor has vowed to reduce both public social welfare and revenues. But the Democrat-controlled legislature insists on stopgapping the red through increased revenue. They have until the end of July to reach consensus before California really goes bankrupt. This spring saw the latest chapter in the Terminator film franchise without the presence of cyborg in chief Arnold Schwarzenegger. In the previous Terminator films, Schwarzenegger conquers all. But in real life, whether Schwarzenegger becomes the Terminator of California's fiscal crisis or the Terminator of the California dream is still a question.
Come with me if you want to live.
Well, back in 2003, in his inaugural speech, Arnold Schwarzenegger said he's found that people often respond in remarkable ways to remarkable challenges. He quoted John F. Kennedy in saying that he's an idealist without illusions. But even that's no guarantee against reality. And if misery loves company, California isn't alone. Another 40 U.S. states are also facing a very serious financial crisis. On that sobering thought, we come to the end of this program. If you've got comments on what you've been watching over the last 30 minutes, you can pop us an email to worldinsight@cctv.com. I'm James Chow on behalf of me and the team here in Beijing. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again at the same time next week for your insight on World Insight.